Beautiful, Pete. Are we rolling?
Yes, we are rolling. We are rolling. We are rolling in the deep.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Andertons TV with myself, the captain, and to my left, the wonderful Danish Pete.
The loser. The loser, Danish Pete.
Let's not go there, because who knows, by the time this video comes out, England may have lost in the final to Italy as well.
Or maybe they've won.
But maybe
in which case...
Hooray!
Sadly, England lost the game, and Lee would never be the same again.
Okay, this is another 6-pedal sort of selection of drives that have recently arrived at Andertons that we're going to tell you through. We should have something for everybody here. We've got pedals that start at £59 and we've got pedals that are £299 and everything in between. We've got pedals that are original designs. We've got pedals that are tweaked versions of famous pedals. And Pete is going to demonstrate them. Using this understated.
This is very understated. I absolutely
Strat.
love this Strat. It's a it's got a 63 neck and a 62 body.
Has it?
So it's one of those things
like a
that
62 and a half.
62 and a half.
And we've got a Les Paul that we might plug in as well for some other tones.
Not just Les Paul. Any Les Paul?
The Les Paul.
The Les Paul. And this is a good selection, but we could have probably put another 50 or 150 new pedals on the table.
There's just pedals every day. So let's start over here. Scott McKeon.
Yes.
You know what? I've never met Scott. I know who he is, but I've never met him. But you know him reasonably well, don't you? So tell us about Scott McKeon.
Scott McKeon is a blues guitar player from the UK who has brought out his own albums for a long time. He's just got a new album out, which you absolutely have to check out. It is one of those where you go, yes, and it's playing, and he's got the Stacey brothers with him there, and
cool.
It's top notch.
Band.
Yeah, and this is his signature fuzz pedal that he's made because he wanted the pedal. It's that classic thing that
he's been making this pedal for a long time, hasn't he?
Long time.
And it's I don't know the exact details, but it's a collaboration, I believe, with a friend of his that makes them. Very, very limited production, small runs, super high quality, very, very old school Germanium fuzz. So going to do all that kind of weird stuff, react to different batteries, different power supplies, different temperatures, different guitars, obviously. So, it's old school. It's for those people that want that sort of purist thing.
Yeah.
Fuzz control on one side, fuzz control on this side, volume control on this side.
Cool looking, isn't it, as well?
The volume actually has an off position. That's for people that want to use these on a board and not use a power supply, so you can actually switch the pedal off without having to disengage all the cables. We're using it though with a 9-volt supply coming from the Fender engine room here, and it sounds like this. So, if I back the fuzz all the way down, let's see how kind of splitty it goes.
So... as far as I'm aware, with Scott is saying that he likes to be able to roll off the volume, so he gets it completely clean, and then up to, he's got this 62 Strat, which is super cool. Check it out. And again, check the album out because it's great, and he's a wonderful guy.
So where would you have the fuzz set then?
I mean, I'm not sure where he would set it, but
3/4.
Yeah, so when you turn it all the way up, you'll have a good amount of fuzz.
All right,
so
I maybe feels like I've backed it off just a smidgen.
Yeah.
But
So if you
go.
like. So it
doesn't seem to have that kind of spitty mode that sometimes when you talk to Josh Smith and he has his. It's just like fat and big, isn't it? It's like a big fat.
Big fuzz. Fat fuzz. I know he's working on an octave fuzz version. A big fat fuzz.
Fuzz.
Big FBF.
A BFF.
A BFF. Oh,
big fat fuzz.
You take
there
that.
You
I'm going to write that down.
Absolutely. Quick trademark that.
So check that out. It's we need to get Scott in anyway. He's going to come and do a session for his new album, and then usually do a cap to meet with him. I think.
I'd like that very much. Okay, so that's that one. That is $2.99. I think it's the most expensive pedal in our selection today. Handmade in very small quantities in the UK.
Yes.
So this is topical because we're going from. I'm going to just say that the Scott McKeon is made in England, just because I need it to be for this next sort of joke link to work. Now we're going to Italy. So actually, literally here are the two finalists of the European Championships at the moment.
Yeah.
So Cornerstone, that's a pedal brand that we've been dealing with for a year or two and kind of got famous, I guess, doing the Gladio. That was the sort of, that was the pedal that really put them on the map.
Yeah.
The Antique from Cornerstone is their sort of, I'm not going to say it's a take on a Tube Screamer. It's like a Tube Screamer plus other stuff rather than like just a tweaked version of the Tube Screamer. So it's got that sort of Tube Screamery sort of, tighter bottom end type gain structure, but we've also got a compression built in and a mid boost thing as well.
Yeah.
And we've got tone, presence, volume, and gain on the top. So
there's certainly something. Their blurb on the website is something with John Mayer.
Yes, it's not. It's not. Again, it's not.
He could buy his fingers.
It's not like an official John Mayer endorsed product, but they absolutely say in their blurb, basically, if you want to sound like John Mayer, this is the kind of pedal you need. Bold claim.
Bold claim.
Yes, I'll be honest with you. I think if you want to sound like John Mayer, you need a lot more than just a pedal. But hey, it's a ball. It'll get you in the ballpark at least. Here we go.
Bit more volume, please. I like that.
So that was with the mid switch upwards, which it says is the classic Tube Screamer mid curve.
Yeah.
Now there is a mid cut if I pull the mid switch down.
Which I noticed is more pronounced when you roll down the, if you use your volume to kind of roll down.
It's quite subtle.
Yeah, it's quite subtle. So if we're on full whack here. But if I roll down the volume.
Oh, there you go. Compressor or some compression. I can. We can take all the gain, have it very, very low gain if you want for that to see what that sounds like.
Very good there on the position 4.
All the way up. Okay, so that's hardly, not really introducing any gain at all, and then.
feel like it's very a dynamic pedal like the Gladio is, where you have to work with the volume and the way you touch. You know, it's very touch sensitive. And then if you got like a in the same breath, you know. Or, you know. Anyway, we could keep playing
like
this.
that.
I really like that a lot.
I like that a lot.
I think that's really good.
That is somewhere between like 170 and 200 pounds, something like that for
Good
the
pedal.
Cornerstone Antique. Yeah, I like that pedal a lot.
Yeah.
Moving on over to the smallest one of the 6 here. Smallest in physical size, but absolutely not in
Any other way.
Any other way, absolutely. This is the Raw Dog. If you're not familiar with Eric Gales, that's his kind of nickname. It's his signature pedal from the guys at MXR.
If you want to watch the interview that Lee did with him,
I think we did two, actually.
We did two.
So,
yeah, we did. And please like and subscribe on
yes.
as well.
Right, right. Raw Dog again apparently is a little Tube Screamer inspired, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we got output, drive, and tone, and it sounds a little bit like this.
If I could only play like him,
Yeah,
Lee.
could you play some Eric Gales runs?
It does all
Not
that stuff all the time.
bad.
More gain, we need more gain on that.
Okay, well, this is maximum.
That's a good pedal.
Yep, these
That's a good pedal.
in the UK, I think, going to set you back about £120.
Yeah.
Nice little pedal, very small, like
Yeah,
those.
compact.
Oh, a big fan of mini pedals.
Big knob on there as well, isn't it?
Huh?
Oh, the knob just looks big on it.
Oh, the
Looks a
switch,
little
you
pedal,
mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Switch.
Okay, moving on now. Same company, different division. Way Huge. That's George Tripp's kind of baby.
George.
Yes, pedal maker to the stars. This is the super terrific Overdrive. I'm guessing it's a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek nod towards pedals they've done in the past and famous amps. This is, although graphically I kind of, it's got its own thing, is allegedly a kind of George's take on the Nobels ODR one of our favourite pedals. Certainly, I've had that on my board for a while now.
Nashville.
I also really love this new enclosure. TC are using it a lot. It's this idea of this, it's like not quite as small as this, not as big as this, with the jacks on the top.
Yes.
Very, very cool.
He calls them smalls.
Does he?
That's what it's called.
George does.
Yeah, it's small series, Right,
okay.
I think this is great. I saw James Santiago, which is a good friend of George as well, who James Santiago worked on the Oxbox and the pedals with
UAD.
He's apparently had this on his board for a long time.
Right.
So there's obviously been a pedal that they've developed, and can you tweak this? And it said that kind of in his Instagram post. So
and it sounds. We've got drive about halfway up.
I love that. I really like this pedal. I think it's great.
I kind of feel a bit sorry for Nobels, because they're only a little tiny company. They hardly make any pedals at all.
Yeah.
And they've sort of just been this little secret pedal for forever. Like I can remember going even 20 years back and seeing that pedal around.
A little green one, yeah.
And like nobody's like done a clone of it. Nobody even really talks about it. And then just in the last few months, you've had like Wampa have done a clone, and obviously now Way Huge done their thing. And
it's on the protein, one of the sides.
That's right. So I'm sure. Anyway, so there we go.
Yeah,
you know, STO is great, but show some love for the original Nobels as well. It's a great pedal.
And it's the small one is really cheap and affordable, isn't it?
Yes. Let's just take you through some. Yeah, this is about £140, I think. So let's just take you through some of the range of drives here. I think that's less drive than you can get out of the Nobels one.
Yeah, that's a lot of.
Do you know what?
That was a lot of gain.
I actually think the ODR one has more gain in it. I actually think the ODR one, if anything, this feels to me like slightly less gain and slightly more clarity as a result, whereas the ODR one is perhaps more gain and a little bit more muddy.
I think that's why they did the ODR with the little bass switch off, on and off, and because the Spectrum thing is a different vibe to a tone control, you know. But great.
Right, TC, this is the £59 one. This is a Paul Gilbert signature version of a pedal that's been in their range for quite a long time called the MojoMojo, which again is a sort of a lower gain drive pedal that TC make. But the Paul Gilbert modification is the goes to 11 switch.
Goes to 11.
So it has a little bit more in it.
Yeah.
Let's just show you it in its standard mode, if you like, first and foremost.
Now, if I could only play like Paul Gilbert as well. It's almost a fuzz.
Good sound. Okay, and then in the goes to 11 mode.
Oh, get 11.
TC, yet again, showing off that you don't have to have deep pockets to get great tone. The whole TC pedal range is ludicrously affordable and make very, very good pedals.
Yes.
So finally, our friends Mikey Demus and Adrian Thorpe have a sort of a joint venture called Redbeard Effects. The Angry Rhubarb is the latest pedal from that company, so again made in the UK, and it's a different kind of take. It's most amp and drive circuits will make a distinction between do you put the gain before the EQ section or do you put the gain after the EQ section, and different famous sounds will use one or other of those methodologies, or topologies if you want to get technical. And so the Angry Rhubarb said, well, why don't we have both? Why don't we have a drive control before and after? And actually, rather than just a simple tone control, we've got a parametric EQ here.
Or bass and treble, you know, it's rather than have that.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with parametric, it means one of the controls is a level control, like you would have on a boost or a cut control. But the other control here selects what frequency am I actually boosting or cutting. So it's definitely a tweaker's pedal.
Oh yeah.
It's not, I don't think, where I think a tube screamer, you can kind of just put everything about 2 o'clock, turn it on, and it does a thing, and everyone goes, yep, that's a tube screamer. Yeah. This is definitely like, no, you've got to try this with your amp, and there'll be a ton of different tones in it. So let's have a little listen, and I will start with maybe post-drive quite low and pre-drive quite high. See what it sounds like the other way around. Find an EQ sweet spot, if you like, for this guitar and amp.
I'm going to put everything on full on the neck pickup.
Then swip it round to see what, post-drive high and pre-drive low sounds like, and then just we gain it all up. I mean,
so many words, Lee, there.
Yes. We should just say as well, in terms of volume level, there's quite a range here, from probably the Raw Dog being the one that it feels like you've got the least actual volume output boost from. We were running this quite hot. And then some of the others here where the volume's, around about between, say, 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock to get a good sound. And then the Angry Rhubarb, whatever, to get the same volume, we've got it turned, probably just at like 9 o'clock. So
it's angry.
If you want a lot of level output of your pedal, then I'm guessing, again, you could use this.
That's good old Thorpe, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's... Holy smokies, Bandit, Smokey the Bandit. That's almost like a cocked wah kind of thing.
It is. Again, with this parametric EQ, it's going to appeal to some people and not to others.
Yeah.
Every amp or pedal I've ever used where you've got very powerful EQ, you get, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like for every one really great sound there's another one that's really crap.
You kind of, you really have to tweak it.
And to a certain degree, that's kind of, I think, why Fender amps and Marshall amps always sound the same, because actually the EQ on them doesn't do a great deal.
You put everything at 12 o'clock and it sounds really nice.
Whereas something like a Mesa Boogie, it's like, it can sound great in one setting and terrible in
Mark
another.
12. Mark 5, yeah.
So what would you do typically? Are you a cuts and mid-range out kind of man?
I like a bit of fatness in it. I like it very sort of...
So if we take So what I'm doing now is I'm boosting some of the lower mid-range.
Yes.
So that's what you...
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
You can almost get that tube. Yeah. Sorry.
So that's boosted pre-drive. Let's flip it around and do boosted post-drive.
Brighter.
More brightness.
More brightness. It's like the Team Medic that Thorpe does, where it's almost like a band-aid for your sound. You put it in the chain and you can fix up frequencies that you don't like. If you've got an amp that you don't know, if you've got using an amp on a gig, that would just and it's so powerful. You go, oh my god, it's too much, but a lot of volume in that, isn't it?
A ton of volume. So what if we crank both of them? It's so loud.
That's good, isn't it? But it's good though. Just gonna move that over there. That's like a fat mid.
Yeah, I've taken some mid.
It's like.
Let's put it back to
So
where
loud,
it was
man.
before, kind of.
It's got that fuzz kind of.
Do you think it's fuzzy? I was going to say I think it's
what does it called? A muff. It's got
like a big muff.
It's got
kind
like
of
a muff or a rat kind of. Maybe a little bit of a rat kind of thing.
I think I always kind of feel it's more
slow?
in the distortion.
Can
but
you do, yeah,
what do you want it,
but that's the rat is kind of for me. That's kind of it's like a distortion. Just do it like it's just a low gain kind of thing. Can we get a low gain thing?
So both.
Maybe a bit more low end in it.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean,
a good pedal.
You have to spend more time with that. That's definitely a tweaked pedal.
Quite what the reference Angry Rhubarb is aiming at. I've no idea. I'm not a big fan of rhubarb. I find it one of the more sort of bitter garden vegetables.
Have you ever
is it a
walked,
vegetable
no,
or a
it's
fruit?
a fruit. Maybe, I don't know. Have you ever walked past the rhubarb? They just shout at you. Get out of here! What are you doing? So they are they're
really
just
not
generally angry.
Not a rhubarb crumble fan myself, but hey,
generally angry.
Maybe the rhubarb I've been eating is not angry enough.
No.
So look, there's your little run of pedals. I think that's $1.99.
Yeah.
Again, another made in the UK pedal. So come on, the UK, make some good pedals. There
you go.
Why don't we just finish this by just literally going ba 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 with the Les Paul and ba 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 across the 6 pedals. And
Let's do it.
yes, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Links to all 6 of these are below, as always. Worldwide shipping, pretty much wherever you are. What's that?
Videos.
Watch the video up there. I don't know what one we're pointing at. Just watch it though.
Just watch whatever's coming out. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the subscribe thing and thank you.